Erev Tov, everyone. Be'ezrat Hashem, we're starting a class today. I have to apologize. I don't have the equipment here today with me. I don't have the microphone, so I hope the quality of this shiur will be satisfying. Our shiur today is about Mohek erasing on Shabbat. See, what does that mean? Well, first of all, we would like to start with saying Toda Rabba, Yishar Koach to the Medina's family for hosting this shiur. Hashem give them beracha, v'atzlacha in everything they do and all the participants. Of course, as always, if you have any questions that you want to ask, please do. You know that Mohek, erasing on Shabbat, it's forbidden. You can't write and you can't erase on Shabbat, right? Can you write a note on Shabbat? You can't, right? It's a muktzeh. Can you erase? No. Now, it sounds simple. It's not too complicated, but there's a lot of halachot that bound with these topics. For example, it's pretty easy to understand that writing and erasing on Shabbat, it's forbidden because the law says all the melachot, all the type of works that used to be in the tabernacle, in the Mishkan, is forbidden. So they used to take notes. Hashem said to Bnei Israel, whatever you do, Mishkan, all the works, you can do it on Shabbat. Oh, so now we know everything that was in the Mishkan, we can do it today. So erasing, cutting, chopping, painting, putting things together, building, all this is forbidden. Okay? Electricity, they didn't have electricity back then, but it's a Melacha, it's closing a circle. Same idea. Now, so we know that writing and using a phone or texting, doesn't matter, you can use the phone to begin with, right? But taking notes is forbidden on Shabbat or erasing. We said that already. Now, what would we consider erasing? For example, it's easy to understand if I have a note and I want to write or erase, it's forbidden. What about there is, let's say, a parchment, and I'm not erasing in the regular manner, I'm scratching it, scratching the letters off this parchment. Or I have a book, and I'm going like this, and I'm erasing a few letters. With my finger, I'm scratching it. Is that considered erasing? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehakol nihya b'dvaro. Amen. What would you think?
Depends, no?
Depends. One who erases ink from parchment or rubs out letters inscribed in wax on a ledger on Shabbat is guilty of a capital offense of Shabbat desecration if the space he erased is large enough to write 2 letters on it. So if you did something like that, by the Torah, you're off the hook. The Rabbanan is forbidding as well. Okay? Shabbat is the day of resting. It's a day of singing and drinking and eating. You don't write, you don't text, you don't use the phone, you don't drive. None of it. You have to dedicate Shabbat to your neshama, to yourself. Okay?
Is drinking and singing resting?
Drinking not necessarily alcohol. Drinking water, drinking. If you drink a lot of alcohol, you'll rest for sure. There'll be a lot of resting after that. Yeah. So, is that clear, right? Now, I'll give you a scenario. There's a birthday party on Shabbat. It happens many times. They're giving a birthday cake to the candidate. And it says on it, Happy birthday, Yosef. What's the problem? Now, when I'm cutting a slice, I will cut the letters. Yeah. Is that considered as Mohek, erasing on Shabbat?
No.
Sometimes there's some biscuit that says on it the name of the factory, Osem. I'm giving a bite, I'm erasing. It's Osem, now it's Os. I ate the M. What is it? What's going to be the case? Shalom Dag. I saw you wrote me a note. I'm here. I'm here too. Hi.
Isn't it only for the Ashkenazim that they?
Yeah, it's a difference between Ashkenazi and Sephardim. Thank God you do what you do in the Sephardi, because Ashkenazi is more strict about it. Sephardi can be very lenient in many ways. We already talked about the power of leniency and the power of strictness. Which one is stronger? The leniency. Why? It's easy to say for everything no. No, it's forbidden. No, it's prohibited. You can't. No. It's hard to say yes and give proofs. Chacham Ovadia says on many things, yes, it's permitted. Okay? Good. So, what about the cake? So, the halacha says it is permissible to eat cake or chocolate on Shabbat, even if it has letters shaped in it, and one must break them in order to eat it. This is not an act of Melacha, of Mohek, since one does not erase here in order to write anything in its place. Although our sages forbade the act of erasing in any case, the person eating the cake has no intention of erasing. What is intention?
To eat.
To eat. So, by the way, I'm erasing. That's not my intention to erase. Okay? He wishes only to eat. Therefore, this is a case of psik reshe, the lo ichpat le, b'derabanan. We already explained this notion that this was not your main intention. You may erase by eating or cutting the cake or any other type of food that has letters on it.
Like
If it says Shabbat Shalom, it says a Mazal Tov, and it doesn't matter which language. You can erase in any language. Okay, by the way. And it is permitted. This is the ruling of the poskim.
Because the point wasn't to erase it, it was to eat it.
What's my goal? To eat. So by the way I'm erasing, the rabbi says it's fine. Don't worry about it. Capish? Good. This is permitted whether the letters are written on the cake with icing made of sugar and egg white, or if they are molded into the cake itself, and whether the letters protrude from the cake's surface, or if they are impressed in the cake. It is permitted to break the letters by hand to make bite-sized portion as well. This leniency has an even stronger basis if the letters are not some system other than square Hebrew letters. See, some poskim ruled that the Torah forbids the writing or erasing of square Hebrew letters and not on circular script or any foreign script, like how you said cursive. Okay. It's called in Hebrew, it's called Ashurit. Ashurit is the way it's written in the Torah, in the mezuzah. Do you ever see mezuzah? It's written of Ashurit. This is how the Torah, the only way it can be written. You know, you use Word, right? Word documents, right? Mm-hmm. So you can change the font any way you like it. You can turn it to square letters to cursive letters, right? In a click of a button, right? Why can't we do the same thing in Sefer Torah? Why I have to write in square letters and not scribe? There is a much kedusha you can even imagine on the shape of the letters and on what's in between them. There is light that's coming out of it, and this is the way or the secret that Hashem taught Moshe Rabbeinu, and ever since we're writing the same way. Mezuzah, Megillah, Scroll of Torah, everything that's in Kedusha. Okay? A scenario number 2 or 3. Some people, I don't recommend it, but some people writing on their hands. Who wrote on his hand lately? Anything? Did you write on your hand anything? You know, people start taking notes on their hands. Can I do that on Shabbat?
No.
Can write. If I have already written, and on Shabbat, after the Kiddush, I say, ew, forget, and I want to erase it. Can I do that on Shabbat? You can erase, right? Now, before washing hands, one goes to the Rebbe and says, Rabbi, there's something written here. I can't wash my hand. If I wash it, it will go off. It will go off. I will erase it.
Yeah.
What should I do? Can I wash my hand
Yes.
or not?
Yes. Depends. Yeah. But yes.
Wait, but can you write on your hands anyways, not on Shabbat?
I don't recommend. Yes, you can.
But does it say you're not
No,
allowed
it's just not healthy. It's poison that goes through the skin.
But I would. The reason why I would say yes is because your point is not to erase it, but to do netilat yadayim.
Okay, the same way we said last time. You want to show us this, Mezuzah?
There's 3 of them in there.
No.
Yeah.
Let me see it. Wow, this is new. I saw a lot of weird stuff. It was in the mezuzah, and the mezuzah was out, right? So maybe they check it and this is how they do it. But okay, let me show you. You have 3. You don't have 2. You have 3 here.
That's what I said. There's 3 of them and 1. I've never seen that.
So a mezuzah, this is the holy way of writing it. I'm going to show it to you here, to the camera, so you can see also. It's upside down. Still upside down. Don't know why, but it's showing it upside down.
Oh really?
Yeah. This is so weird. You show it like a mirror.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's doing.
Okay, anyways, this is the Sheva letters in mirror. I don't know how you seeing it over there. This is how I seeing it. Maybe you seeing it the right way. I'll check it later. But this is the holy way that all the Sofrim, the scribers, write on the mezuzah. Shema Yisrael, Shema Elokeinu, Hashem Echad. Okay. So what's going to be? If someone wrote on the palm of his hand before Shabbat and forgot to clean it off, he may nevertheless perform the mitzvah of washing hands before Shabbat meals. He should pour a revi'it of water all at once on each hand, and he should not dry his hands on the towel. The washing itself will not necessarily erase the writing from the hands. Therefore, his washing is an act of davar she'eno mitkaven. He has no intention. He wants to wash his hand, not erase the letters he wrote or the words he wrote. That is not psik reishe. It's not going to be it's not definite. And it's permitted on Shabbat. If he will dry his hand, then it will be psik. Definitely is going to erase.
Yeah.
Right? It would erase the writing, and therefore he may not wash his hands in manner that necessitates drying. So try to pour as little water just for the sake of the mitzvah. Dry them to the sink and wait till it erased by itself. You see how important it is to watch these kind of things. People think, well, okay, so let them dry it. So let them wash. Let them erase. What's going to be what's the big deal? It's a very big deal. Because if Hashem says it's permitted, it's permitted. It's forbidden, it's forbidden. What do you want to argue with Hashem? Shabbat is its own sanctity. And only the Jewish people are liable. They accepted it. You want to be in the commando? There's different rules. It's a different type of club. Okay? Another scenario. The other day, I wanted to open a book. So what happened? I'm trying to, and I noticed that few pages stick together. So I knew if I pull it hard enough, I'm going to erase some of the letters. Because it sticks. I have to use it. I want to see what it says here. Can I do that or not on Shabbat? It's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, because it's not your intention to erase it.
So what's my intention?
To read.
To read.
But if you can avoid it,
But if you know it's gonna happen, then you
right,
shouldn't do it.
I feel it that I already hear that.
right. So
It's a debate among the poskim. I want you to know that. If pages of a book become stuck together after, but not during the binding of the book, one may open the book to read from it if separating the pages will not erase any of the writing. If this will happen, however, some poskim rule that it is forbidden to open the book on Shabbat. What's the meaning of the word poskim? Poskim means the rabbis that set up the rules. It's called posek or poskim. They are the most
scheme is plural. Okay.
knowledgeable Torah
Like
scholars.
like sages, they say in English.
Yeah, sages.
Sages, you can say sages like Chacham Ovadia Yosef, Rabbi Yoshiv, and all this. They explore the Torah back and forth, and they can tell you what's the halacha. We just read from what they set up for us. They work very hard to make our life easy. Okay? So, one, it's called posek.
Singular.
Plural, be poskim. Verdict will be psak din. Verdict is psak din. Psak, posek. It's not like psik did that, but that's for you to remember. However, some poskim rule that it is forbidden to open the book on Shabbat, while others rule that it is permitted even in this case. My recommendation is, be careful. If it's not really necessary for you to open it, try to avoid, take another book. Keeping Shabbat with all its laws get you a very special place in heaven after that. Chaim says, I think it was Chaim says that if you don't learn all the halachot of Shabbat thoroughly, right? Twice, you're definitely breaking Shabbat. There's many halachot of Shabbat. You're definitely breaking Shabbat. Because you don't know. Tov. Next question. I want to use a napkin. I want to use a tissue. I want to blow my nose. There's letters on it. There's symbols. There's words. Bless you, whatever. Mazal tov. Some napkins that has Hanukkah wishes there. Happy Hanukkah. I know for sure it's going to be erased if I use it. I can use it on Shabbat, on the Chag, on the holiday.
What if you don't think about it before?
If that's the only thing you have, then
You
I
really
would
don't
say
have
yes.
to think about it. It's not my intention.
Yeah, you didn't come to your mind that it was going to be erased.
So that's the same deal. You're right. So Rachel said the right thing here. One may use toilet paper on Shabbat or napkin or what they mentioned before if there is a writing on it, so long as there is no writing in square Hebrew letters. Remember that I want to show you. Although it is inevitable that one will erase the writing, it is a case of psik reshe. It's not my intention to do, and it is permitted. If there are square Hebrew letters on the paper, it is forbidden, even on a weekdays, by the way. Even if there is no words of Torah on the paper, since it is desecrating the sanctity of the letters themselves. This is the letters I showed you. Okay? There is a book, Rabbi Zamir Cohen wrote he wrote very nicely about the sanctity of the letters. You can create many things if you know the secret of the letters. You can control your life way better. You can change your mazal if you know the secret of the letters. I'll give you a scenario that happens all the time. You have a plastic bag from Walmart. There's food in it. I want to take the food. I can't open it because it was tied really tight. There's a nut. I will have to break the Walmart with the words and the phone number and the address, everything. I have to open it from the middle of it in order to reach to the cereal, to the food that I have in. Can I do that on Shabbat? Or just eat something else.
I think you're allowed to destroy it. Your intention is to get the food.
But
Okay, so I have a way to rip it from the side when there is no letters. I don't have to go to the letters.
right, but now the
I have to go to where there is no letters, or I can do without not to worry about it.
Are you allowed to tear on Shabbat?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Tear it from where? From the letters or numbers, or from the side when there is no letters?
From the side where there's no letters.
Hmm?
From the side.
From this side. Okay, so listen what the halacha said. The halacha is a lenient about it. When opening plastic bags of food on Shabbat, it is permissible to tear the bags even where there is writing. This is not considered an act of Melacha, of Mohek. It's not erasing, since this is not the normal manner in which one erases. Furthermore, the person tearing the bag has no intention of erasing, and therefore, this is a case of psik reshe, the law nicha lebedarabanan, some intention, so no problem. You see, it's based on the same idea. Some intention, don't worry about it. Right? There's poskim that might say, no, it's still. Okay, it's not what we follow. We follow the lenient opinion. Good. The other day, I went out of my house and I saw something that I don't like. But it happens from time to time. Little kids took chalkboard, how is it?
Yeah, chalk.
Ma?
Just chalkboard.
Chalk. You take chalk.
Right on the sidewalk.
They're right on the sidewalk. So all the way on the sidewalk to my house. My kids didn't do it because they know I'm gonna let them sleep with the dogs outside if they do that. So now I see words, I see heart, errors, and all okay? And there's words there. And I know by walking there, I'm going to erase the words. Shabbat. Should I jump over it or just walk and don't worry about it?
Jump over.
You just walk around it.
Walk around it. Do I have to?
Yeah, you'll erase it.
I will erase it if I walk on it.
Jumping over, you're avoiding.
What's my intention?
to walk?
To walk. If it happens, it happens. So why to worry about it?
Unless it's square Hebrew.
Let's get it. It is permissible to walk over chalk writing or drawings on the street during Shabbat, even if one erases the writing inadvertently. I hope I said right. Inadvertently. While walking on it, it is permitted, since it is the case of that it's permitted. It's called the case of pesik reshe, nicha lebedarabanan, some intention, akol beseder. Okay. Same, we have shoes, we have socks, and there is letters on it. I'm walking and erasing them. Well, is that permitted to be used on Shabbat? You know the shoes that the kids have that they have lights in it?
Oh yeah.
Can they use it on Shabbat?
No.
Why not? My intention is that they have lights. That they walk with
They
it.
might accidentally. Some of them automatically.
It's battery operated.
Yeah.
All the kids have
It's
it.
automatic. Yeah.
You can't use it on Shabbat.
You can.
You can't.
Oh, you
You
can.
can't because every time you stop, you're gonna make light, turning light.
Right.
You cannot say here, that's not my intention. What do you mean intention? That's the whole purpose of this shoes.
Right.
Yeah.
To show them off.
So we may use this sock for shoes. It's permissible on Shabbat to wear shoes or socks that have characters, was it? Characters writing. I'm getting old. I can't see anymore. On their soles. even though the wearer gradually erases these characters as he walks around. This is a case of psikresha. It's not his intention. Furthermore, it may not be a case of psikresha at all, since it is not inevitable that each step one takes causes some of the writing to be erased. Okay, no problem. It's fine. Is that understood?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I think we're going to do a few more. What time is it? 8? Let's start a little bit. The laws of Kotev. Few halachot from Kotev. Kotev, writing on Shabbat. Normal, regular writing, we all know that this is forbidden, right? Mm-hmm. What about taking, a writing on a steam? Take my finger, dip it in water, and writing it on a table. Is that considered writing? What about the doctor that has to write a prescription? What about...
Yeah, but he's not working on Shabbat.
Some of them has shift. They must work. What are they going to do?
Today,
Today in Eretz Israel, I think all of the hospitals, they know what to do. They're using a non-Jew for that purposes. They tell them and he writes, or they have ready prescription. They just they tell them print A, as you do A, it's come printed. Makes it very easy.
Nice.
Yeah, to make it easy. But erasing, it doesn't have to be in an abnormal way. Even if you have Aron Kodesh, the Ark in the Beit Knesset that has the whole sentence. Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. When you open it, what happens to the letters? It breaks. Is that considered erasing? Or when I put it back together, is that considered writing? You understand what's going on here? Another case, it happens all the time. You can write on Shabbat, right? Mm-hmm. So what people do, they take the fingernail and they just mark it. They read in the book something, says, I want to go home, I want to share with my family. So they mark it, they make an X, or they write. Yeah. When you open it, you can see it. In some angles, you can see it. Is that considered something you can do on Shabbat? Just scratching with your fingernails on the book? There's no ink there involved, there's nothing.
Yeah, it's not writing.
Yes.
So you're saying not. We'll see. What else I wanted to ask? There is some shoes that has, for example, you have, Nike shoes, Adidas shoes, other brand names that they make on the very bottom. They want to make them to advertise it. So every time you step on a mud, you put your leg on snow, it will show this is Nike, right? It marks it, printed. Can you use this kind of shoes on Shabbat?
Yeah. It's not
You're stepping on it and you make marks.
It's not your intention.
It's my intention. There's going to be only questions today, okay? And the last thing I think we're going to discuss, Bezrat Hashem, all the halachot we're going to do next week. What about tape recorder on Shabbat? Tape recorder. Some type of writing. You talk and it records on some type of, how do you call it, tape.
You have to press the button. You can't do
So let's say it's a Shabbat, it's a timer. It's a timer. I know there's a speaker coming to the synagogue and you want to record his speech. Okay, his class. Everything's going to be videotaped by timer. Nobody touch anything. Going to set up a camera from the women's section down to the Vima. He will talk. And after Shabbat, can we do that?
No, I remember.
You're saying no. What about security cameras that works all the time in Beit Knesset? As we speak right now, it's working, and on Shabbat they are working.
Yes.
And they're taking videos.
Yes.
I think with voice even, some of them.
Yes.
Can use them on Shabbat. Can I take video of you on Shabbat, or you can take video of me on Shabbat? Is it permitted? We know we can. You can take video on Shabbat. So what's up with this surveillance camera on Bet Knesset, on
It's for
shuls?
the safety. No? We'll see. To be continued.
Okay, we're going to talk Be'ezrat Hashem on also that device that take temperature on Shabbat to see if the child has a fever or an adult, doesn't matter. Because when you put it in your mouth, I'm not talking about the digital one, I'm talking about the mercury one, right? When you put it in your mouth, it just start to write something, it marks something.
Right.
Is that forbidden or not? Or permitted? All these halachot, Be'ezrat Hashem, we will talk on next week. In 5 minutes, we're starting our next shiur, next class, in Orchot Tzadikim, the Orchot Tzadikim. We are going to talk today to continue about the gate of anger.
Gate of anger.
On behalf of Ohev Israel Foundation, please go to our website and make your generous donation. You're helping support Torah and those who are in need. תודה רבה. On behalf of Israel, shalom, shalom, shalom.